Everyone, tonight, fixing our infrastructure deficit, First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana calls for policy that will account for spending and ensure value for money.
Is the need to enhance efficiency of public spending, expenditure rationalization, and the value for money projects that will deliver projects more efficiently. No matter the efforts we make towards enhancing domestic revenue mobilization, we will continue to experience chronic fiscal deficits and a growing debt burden if we do not take steps to rationalize our expenditure levels.
Boost for Ghana's poultry sector, Dutch company Vencomatic Group to invest $200 million.
They've gotten 36 million euros for this particular project for 3 setups. And these are pilots, okay? Afterwards, then we move to the other regions to, establish some over.
We'll tell you more about Vencomatic Group's partnership with the Ministries of Agriculture and Finance, plus generating electricity from plants, bacteria, and soil. We'll tell you about the innovation that was adjudged best at the Renewable Energy Contest Northern Zone. Thanks for joining us this Friday evening. Details right after this. My name is Daokwa. Thanks for staying with us tonight. First up, the First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana is calling for a policy on expenditure rationalization and value for money projects, amongst others, to enable the country deliver projects more efficiently and enhance the fiscal economy. Mr. Dr. Matthew Opoku-Afari said no matter the efforts made towards enhancing domestic revenue mobilization, failure to rationalize public expenditure will trigger continuous chronic fiscal deficit and growing debt levels. He was speaking at a public lecture organized by the University of Ghana Business School.
Ghana's infrastructure deficit is estimated at about $7 billion annually over the next 10 years. According to the First Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari, there's the need to implement a policy to account for government spending and ensure value for money projects. He believes the high levels of government spending calls for fiscal consolidation that is targeted at reducing overall financing gap to sustainable levels and achieving structural fiscal balance over the medium term.
The first is the need to enhance efficiency of public spending, expenditure rationalization, and the value for money projects that will deliver projects more efficiently. No matter the efforts we make towards enhancing domestic revenue mobilization, we will continue to experience chronic fiscal deficits and a growing debt burden if we do not take steps to rationalize our expenditure levels. The high levels of government spending required to close the huge infrastructure deficit and debt are limiting fiscal room for maneuver. This therefore calls for the kind of fiscal consolidation that involves both revenue-raising measures and expenditure rationalization policies with the aim of reducing the overall fiscal deficit to sustainable levels and achieving structural fiscal balance over the medium term.
Dr. Opoku-Afari also suggested that a strong policy is developed to enforce tax collection of the informal sector. He indicated that when taxation is formalized, it will increase the tax net as only 2.4 million Ghanaians are tax compliant.
It beggars to believe that a country of over 30 million with over 16 million active Momo users, which is an indication of economically active persons, there are only 2.4 million individual taxpayers. That this really shows that we have the capacity to deliver. It is not going to be possible to meet our developmental needs with such a tax base and help widen the tax net. The replacement of tin numbers with the Ghana card has increased the registered tin numbers from some 5 million to over 15 million. This will help bring in a lot more people into the tax bracket going forward and facilitate the raising of revenue from a large informal sector. The informal sector comprises micro and small enterprises and will require a simplified and modified tax system to bring them into the tax fold. It is for this reason that the recent announcement by the Vice President of the Republic to introduce the modified taxation regime is very critical and could unlock the binding constraint to tax collection in Ghana.
Meanwhile, Acting Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Apia Amfo, has charged government to fulfill its promises to the private sector. She holds that a self-resilient economy depends on a booming private sector.
For the private sector to be the engine of growth for inclusive and sustainable development, it is important for government to establish credibility beyond doubt that it is managing its resources well through a robust macroeconomic system, well-functioning institutions, and a well-regulated and efficient financial system. It is my hope that tonight's lecture and deliberations afterwards will lead this country to think critically to tackle the issue of macroeconomic management head-on and rethink options for development finance, especially with regard to expenditure rationalization and domestic revenue mobilization, in addressing our developmental needs as a country as we seek the path of self-sufficiency in financing developmental projects.
Now, we will be buying locally grown chicken at a more subsidized price in a year or two because Vencomatic Group, a Dutch poultry company, is coming to Ghana. Vencomatic Group offers solutions in housing, egg handling, and climate control for any type of poultry house. It is expected to invest $200 million across the country. There's more in this report.
A Dutch poultry company, Vencomatic Group, is collaborating with the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and the Ministry of Finance to set up branches in the Greater Accra, Ashanti, and Northern regions. The presence of the company will increase the number of hatcheries in the country to minimize importation of day-old chicks, which will lead to a reduction in the price of chicken. Here is Samuel Debra, consultant for Vencomatic Group in Ghana.
The partnership that we are talking of, they have gotten the loan for us to invest in this particular project. Okay, so the partnership is going to be the Ministry of Agric and then a private partner who will come and run the system, okay, to repay the loan back to the bank. They've gotten 36 million euros for this particular project for 3 setups, and these are pilots, okay. Afterwards, then we move to the other regions to, establish some over there. And we've earmarked Ajusu in the Ashanti region, okay? And then we are going to do the Guinea fowl processing in Tamale. Okay.
Technical lead of USDA's Ghana Poultry Project, Raymond Dente, believes that the presence of the group will lead to increasing market share of the poultry industry and make use locally the 2 billion CD fund allocated for importing poultry.
It's widely held that Ghana imports about 350,000 metric tons of poultry meat. So the idea is that we are trying to close that gap. Because if we ban it now, we cannot feed ourselves. There'll be food insecurity in Ghana. So the idea is that if we want to supply maybe up to 25% of that number, that means we need to produce up to almost 60 million birds a year. And that translates in the amount of feed that we need to give them, the day-old chicks, the breeder farms, the hatcheries, all the facilities, we don't have it now. So this is the first step towards increasing the market share of the local poultry sector in Ghana.
The $200 million investment is expected to provide about 3,000 direct jobs in the country. This is a step to implementing government's nationwide chicken and guinea fowl production, processing and packaging projects.
Now, Cowbank has opened a new branch at Techiman in the Bono East region to help promote small and medium enterprises, particularly businesses of women in the entire region. Now, the opening of the 30th branch across the country, according to the managing director of the bank, Philip Oredu is in line with the bank's strategic goal of expanding its delivery channels and presence to customers. JoyNews' Anas Sabit was at the opening and comes through with this report.
The opening of the 30th Cal Bank branch in the Techiman municipality of the Bono East region, according to the bank's managing director, Mr. Philip Oredu, formed part of the bank's audacious medium-term strategy of providing leveraging innovation and delivery of superior customer service. The bank, as part of a range of quality products, aims at supporting small and medium enterprises of the local economy, particularly businesses of women.
It is with great pleasure that I'm here with my team to inaugurate the 30th branch of Cal Bank to serve the people of Techiman and the entire Bono East region. We look forward to an amazing and mutually rewarding relationship between our bank and the people of Techiman. To this end, we will support the micro, small, and medium enterprises of the local economy. We will promote the business of women, as it has been established that these lead to rapid development and economic growth, and support wealth creation of the hard-working individuals in the local community.
Nana Kwesi Kunadu Yadom, who doubles as the Ayasuhene and a representative of the Techiman Mahene, called on the bank to scrutinize loan applicants before granting them their loan requests.
Ansana obibia beji sika afri bank no. Osrese yemama sonte na monhwe nipa kora dwumapotina ode koye.
Before you grant a loan request, make sure you know the job status of the loan applicant. Some may request for loans just to purchase private vehicles when the said individual is not having a paying job. So let's scrutinize the reasons why people seek for loans before granting them. Group Head Consumer and Retail at the bank, Mr. Peter Fojo, noted that the bank has tailored products for all, including salaried and non-salaried workers.
As a bank, we are fashioned to handle the full spectrum of customers. So if you're an individual customer, salaried worker, non-salaried worker, we have products for you. If you're a business owner, business being registered or non-registered, we have products for you. If you're a corporate institution, whether it is a local corporate or multinational, if you're a government institution, so across the spectrum of customers, we have products and services to serve their needs. So everybody is our focus, everybody.
Some of the people present at the opening ceremony have been sharing with JoyNews their excitement at the bank's decision to open a Techiman branch.
Actually, I'm very, very happy to have such a bank in Techiman here. Yeah. What really encouraged me to join them is to help in importing goods. And sometimes when working, you want to get a trusted bank which you can put much of your money, that your money will not get missing. And when you are importing, they have interaction with the foreign banks that they can do easy transaction with you. To me, that's what actually encouraged me to join them.
Reporting for JoyNews, Anas Sabit, Techiman.
And you're watching Business Live. Still to come, generating electricity from plants, bacteria, and soil. We'll tell you about the innovation that was adjudged best at the Renewable Energy Contest in the Northern Zone. That story coming up after this break. Stay with us.
Hello there. Welcome to another edition of the Money Lab. Previously, we delved deep into what saving and investing are. Today, we look at the differences between saving and investing. One thing that we can consider is risk. Saving comes with minimal risk, but corresponding minimal returns. Also, when one saves, he or she is able to pull out the funds almost immediately or within a very short period of time. Investing comes along with various degrees of risk. All things being equal, the higher the risk, the higher the return. When one invests, Depending on the kind of investment, they are prone to a greater degree of risk. Stocks compared to Government of Ghana bonds are riskier. Another difference is interest or money made. In investing, we want our investment to make us money, while the goal of saving is to keep our money safe, making very little return.
Welcome back. So we have winners for the Renewable Energy Contest for the Northern Zone. They are general art students of the Jama Pensan Senior High Tech School. Led by two girls, they won with an innovation that generates electricity from plants, bacteria, and soil. The challenge is an initiative by the Energy Commission and Bui Power Authority to inculcate in the students the skills to develop pragmatic solutions to Ghana's energy challenges. Prince Apia witnessed the zonal contest and now reports.
It burns longer than the traditional charcoal. Next slide.
8 schools representing the northern sector participated in the zonal competition held in Kumasi that brought out solutions to Ghana's energy problems. After more than 5 hours of fierce display of innovative solutions, Jama Pensan Senior High Technical School emerged winners. Having won the regional competition weeks ago, they had to beat Achinswa SHS and Navrongo SHS for the zonal title. General art students Janet Oheman Kansa and Christolove Mogo Arthur led the renewable energy team.
At first, our school was low, but now after the regionals and with this one, our school is going and everybody is beginning to know Jama Pensan Senior High School. So this project has brought a lot of things to us.
This project means a lot to us because it can even pave way for us to join or go into the engineering work. Although it was for science, but we are general students, but we offer integrated science. This is not taught in class, but it can also help others who don't offer science to join for the zonals, we were able to power small appliances as in the regionals, but we are expecting that in the nationals, we will be able to power big appliances like the televisions, refrigerators, from converting the DC current to the AC current.
We wanted to do everything possible that will help us to get a higher voltage to prove to the world that really we have power in the soil that can be able to use to power our appliances in the homes. We produced 9 volts for the first one, and this one that we brought for the zonal competition was around 50 volts.
Other participants included Business SHS, St. Francis Girls SHS, Salaga SHS, and Kranza Technical Institute and Sunyani SHS. Director of Science Education at the Ghana Education Service, Mrs. Olivia Sewa Paris says the initiative is critical to empowering girls.
We are really developing talents in these little ones, including leadership skills, partnership, critical thinking, innovation, communication, collaboration, and looking at the way they were able to use the internet to project their work. This shows that the government agenda in promoting digital literacy is being done over here. And because looking at the presentations, we are solving problems, and it is in line with the SDGs. You see, there was something on climate change, waste management, and energy.
Director for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency at the Ghana Energy Commission, Kofi Jako says the participants will be supported to better their innovations.
What is very, very impressive is that these young ones, who are the future leaders, are going to form a crop, a generation, whose understanding of renewable energy and energy efficiency will be different from those of us now, so that in their era you are going to see more than what you are seeing today. And that is where we are going to spend efforts and energy, resources, to ensure that we encourage them to be able to harness all these talents in them for the benefit of the nation.
Bui Power Authority partnered with the Energy Commission for this project. Wisdom Ahiataku Tokogbo is the director at the Executive Office of the Bui Power Authority.
I can say that the students have a lot of talents, and most of these talents are hidden. We need programs like this to bring these talents out. And this is one of the reasons why Bui Power Authority decided to partner with Energy Commission so that we can help add value and bring out these talents from the students.
Achinsua Senior High School and Navrongo Senior High School joined Jama and Pensine for the national competition. Officials say the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and the Brew Hammond Energy Center at KNUST will help refine the ideas and projects of the students. Prince Apia reporting.
And before we go tonight, as part of measures to boost its sourcing of raw materials locally, leading beverage manufacturer Guinness Ghana Breweries Limited has commissioned its ultra-modern brew house. There's more in the following report.
Breweries Company Limited has launched a state-of-the-art brew house to augment its production in Ghana. According to Managing Director of the company, Helen Wisi, 70% of raw materials are sourced locally, hence the expansion will increase productivity of local farmers.
We have 210,000 beneficiaries across the value chain just because we have an enormous farming program set up to find sorghum in Ghana. Now, at this point, so we started in 2012 and 12% of our local raw materials was sourced locally. Now we are at 61% local sourcing. We want to take that up to 70%. And that's actually why this new brew house is so important. So also now in Achimota, we can produce our beers, our maltas, with sorghum grown in Ghana.
She indicated that a collaboration between government and the private sector will boost productivity and generate revenue for the economy.
So the government has indicated its Planting for Foods and Jobs program. And that included also a concession on local raw materials. And for us it's really important because that has stimulated our investment of over 25 million here in this brew house. And yes, of course, a stable business environment is good for business in total, and it's good for investors to come to the country.
Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Dr. Herbert Krapa, speaking at the commissioning, said government is embarking on aggressive industrialization to encourage value addition in Ghana.
Currently, through the National Export Development Strategy, we are implementing what we call the export development drive to move exports from 2.5 billion Ghana cedis to 25 billion Ghana cedis in a matter of 10 years. We have signed on to the African Continental Free Trade Area. What we want to do is to ensure that Ghana is ready by way of operating environment, by way of our economic situation, to help manufacturers attract in the necessary foreign direct investment to be able to add value to our raw materials and export into Africa. You know that to be able to take advantage of the free trade area.
Guinness Ghana says its new brewery will aid in the promotion of the use of sorghum and maize sourced locally in beer production. The company believes this will provide employment and increase productivity for local farmers.
And that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. More news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. Do enjoy your weekend.